We are on the beach here in Hua Hin. We did some recordings here in Hua Hin on the way down, still for Genesis. Now we're doing the last chapter of John chapter 21, from verse 9. So we've seen the beginning of the chapter how they went back to Galilee, then they went fishing again, couldn't catch any fish. Jesus then told them to throw their nets out on the other side. They did it, and they caught a fish. Peter jumped in, went to Jesus after John said this is Jesus, and the rest of the disciples brought out the fish. Now, so here are some fishing boats. Now, sure, these boats, they're not big. These are small fishing boats, right? But but still, I said it would have looked different than them. And this is now a gulf, right? This is not the Sea of Tiberias, like it's mentioned in this chapter. So sure, it's not nearly as big as this. And anyhow, this is just a gulf. So the other side is Pattaya, actually in that direction. Right, so verse 9. When they got out on land, they saw a charcoal fire in place with fish laid on it and bread. Okay, so now unluckily I can't make a fire here, right? So, yeah, I don't think it's totally legal most likely here. Although I think I've seen people making fires, but it's not such a big thing here anyhow. But this is what Jesus did for them. Jesus made, and it's interesting as well, a charcoal fire, not any kind of fire as well. Again, remember the same kind of fire that Peter was standing around. So it will show that this would have been just a normal, practical thing, but the kind of fires they would make, charcoal fires. And there's fish already laid on it. Jesus providing, not blah, 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 whatever, and then there's a fish on it, kind of. No, we don't know where Jesus got the fish from. Did he go earlier to know, or the previous, or whatever? Where did he get the fish? It's not an important point, okay? I don't think John is trying to make a point here that he was trying to, that he did some other sign and doing this. No, he's just showing, he's preparing, he already prepared for them. They are tired after a night out and trying to catch fish, not being able to catch anything, so they're tired and hungry. And there's the fish and the bread. How Jesus provides in simple things. Verse 10, Jesus said to them, bring some of the fish that you have just caught. Okay, so now Jesus then told them to bring some of the fish. Why? Well, no, he made some, but there are a number of, there's 7 of them, so in total 8 people, and so they most likely would need more fish so as to prepare. But there's another reason as well, so for the rest of the story. So they will go in, they will actually go and count the amount of fish. Verse 11, so Simon Peter went aboard and hauled the net ashore full of large fish, 153 of them. And although there were so many, the net was not torn. Okay, so I can imagine, I don't know if this thing can follow me, whatever. So Peter walking off to the boat and like kind of getting onto the boat or taking the fish from the boat. But because Jesus told him to bring some fish, so he went to count. So they were counting the fish, and there's 153 of them. Large fish, not small fish. If you catch 153 sardines, then man, that's a few cans of fish, and you're not really going to get your full, not 7 people. So it's stated it's large fish, and 153. And the net was not torn. The net was not torn. Now, just to think about 153, why is this? People come up with all kinds of mathematical things. There's like, so 150 plus 3, for example. I'm just trying now to think of different ways how to get 153. 75 plus 3, 25 multiplied by 3 plus 3, whatever. So lots of 3s, 5s in there. And if you look at the mass here good enough, you're going to come up with 4s and 3s and all kinds of numbers and 7s, right? Numbers that sounds again so numbers of perfection and everything. I don't think, or the other thing people say, they look at the area and zoology or the ichthyology, right, of the area. Okay, so there were supposedly 153 different kinds of fish there. Now, as if it seems that there were quite a number of fish, and seemingly actually even some say there were more than that. But so again, we don't exactly know how many different kinds of fish. So to say it's 153, it shows that they caught one of each kind of fish in there and then projected towards that the gospel will be preached to every person, and that one from every tribe of the nation will come into heaven. Now, no, I have some bad news on that aspect, because there are tribes and nations that never ever heard the gospel and they're not in existence anymore. So it's going to be, except it's a different way to heaven than through Jesus. And according to Jesus, no, there isn't. Not. There is the only way, and therefore some of these tribes who've never heard the gospel and who died before Jesus was even born. I mean, right? Really, there were people like that, and they never heard, so they won't be in there in heaven. Can't be. Okay, so no, I don't. I mean, that is allegorizing everything. I don't think that is necessary. I mean, just it's again the simple meaning. It's a lot of fish, right? There's a lot of fish. So don't make too long sermons about the exact number and all the mess. And people like to, you like to waste so much time on these small little things when in actual fact it's a lot simpler, right? There were a lot. That's what the verse said. There were so many big, many, and the net didn't even torn. Verse 12, Jesus said to them, come and have breakfast. Now none of his disciples dared ask him, who are you? They knew it was the Lord. Okay, so Jesus just told them, okay, so come and have breakfast. At least you can start eating. There's some fish already, but now we'll get more fish and we'll make more so that you can kind of, buffet can kind of eat, keep on eating. And the other thing is then as well in this verse, it says that no one asked him, okay, not even dare to ask him, who are you? Right now you would say, okay, so man, how can't they not see it's Jesus? Well, they knew. The point here is there was no need for them to ask, not because they knew it is Jesus. Right? See here now. Now they know it's Jesus. Now they know something. Jesus was there all the time. Jesus said all these things all the time. That was not hidden knowledge. It was. But they still, because of their eyes being blind by sin, they still did not see. But now they know, right? And that's the theme of the Gospel of John as well. So he, in this chapter, continues the theme of the whole book. Okay, I'll still get back to the idea. It's just an extra addendum to it, like at the end after the first part is written, and then this last chapter was added. Not, I will still get back a bit to that. Right, but so it's just it follows the same theme of knowing. They did not know before, but now they know. Okay, now they know this is Jesus. Verse 13, Jesus came and took the bread and gave it to them, and so with the fish. Okay, so Jesus came, he took the bread and gave to them. So now, earlier when Jesus multiplied, they were the ones handing it out. Now Jesus is the one handing it out to them, the bread and the fish. This is well kind of an important point, because they are now going to do the job that Jesus did before. They are now going to be the ones to spread the gospel, to teach. Verse 14. This was now the third time that Jesus was revealed to the disciples after he was raised from the dead. Okay, so third time, when we remember, so after the death of his resurrection, then 8 days later when Thomas was there, and now here in Galilee, the third time Jesus appearing, and now to 7 of them, not all of them, to 7 of them. And there's going to be, according to other places in the New Testament, other appearances of Jesus, even to 500 people. So this is not a question of mass delusion. It's one thing to be delusioned and the exact same day after, maybe it's another thing 7, 8 days later, like the way Thomas did it. Totally, that's not mass delusional, right? And even then, here already, after everything is a little bit more settled, no, it's not going to work there. So sorry, yeah, guys who come up with this whole delusional theory. So this is the third time that Jesus appeared to them.